welcome to my channel. My name is Tessa, and I'm a resource room teacher in Michigan. And it's been a while since I've been in my room, maybe a week. I had plans to come in sooner, but we had a family emergency, so I'm just getting in here later than I expected to. I've got my daughter here. My plan was to figure out, make a drawing and figure out what I want to do with my furniture and changes I want to make from last year, but due to things that have happened in the past week, I haven't really had time to do that. So I'm probably just going to put things how they were and then go from there. It's like 140 right now. I Clorox wiped a few areas, like this shelf behind me. One thing I wanted to change was, since COVID, I've had each student be responsible for their own basket and bin. So they have like a little blue bin full of pencils, highlighters, erasers, expo markers, just anything they may need. And then their basket has their work for intervention groups. And so what I have found, yeah, you can play with that, is a few of my students just cannot seem to handle having their own bin and being responsible for supplies. So like one student just never has a pencil, ever. I will put pencils in their bin and 2 days later they're just gone. So, and he might need to sharpen a pencil, or he just might not have a pencil, or he might have a pencil, but he says he looked and he didn't look. So what I'd like to do is I'm going to have this 12 drawer cart by my small group table. That'll be new. And on top, there's like a shelf on top. I bought this, and it's just, you can see there's compartments in it, and they have these cups, which are like Room Essentials brand, I think, but they're 50 cents a piece. So I got a black one, and it's just going to fit right there. So then I can fit pencils, dry erase markers, pens, and highlighters. Can all be in here. And then, I don't know, we'll go here, maybe hole punchers or something. And that will go on top of my 12 drawer cart. And then for the students who cannot be trusted with their own materials, then I can just have this. I can just grab this and be like, grab a pencil. Or I'll just give them a pencil. And then hopefully that will not take up as much time. I also bought this from Target because sometimes those students I was talking about might not be working with me at my small group table. They might be working with a para at the para table in the back of the room. So I just wanted something else, some other way of holding all materials they may need. I don't really like that this is so short. I wish they made these same things except taller. But for some reason, caddies are always short, and I don't know why. So I'm going to try to get as much done. Yes, the word is good job. I'm going to try to move some furniture and see what I can get done. So I wanted to share a few other things that I got. I got these 2 cups, same as the black ones, except one's gray and one's blue. Can't really tell very well, but I want to use these for the pencils to have sharpened Use Me and dull Sharpen Me cups. And they're only 50 cents, so I figured if I didn't use them for that reason, I'd probably find another area for them. And I got these from Meijer. They were on clearance, and they're just pinwheels. But I went to a training recently, a few weeks ago, about different things, but the focus was on autism and behavioral supports. And one thing that came up was a lot of people have those posters that have breathing exercises on them, and kids might be able to trace them. And like, I recently got those little mindful mazes, so they're plastic and you can actually trace them, and it's more tactile than just a poster and looking at it and doing it yourself. So I really like these. But this is also something you can actually blow on, not just blow, but see the actual results, like cause and effect of blowing, and that might help. You want to hold it? So I thought that was kind of cool. And like 2 days later, I went to Meijer and saw those on clearance. So I'm like, oh, perfect. So I got those because I like that idea. So I'll put that, and I got a couple because they might get destroyed, it's just thin plastic. So I'm probably going to put one of those in my fidget bin for my calming corner, calm cave, break spot, whatever I'm going to call it this year, or whatever kids decide to call it, because I might come up with a name and then I have students who give it a different name. So whatever works for me. And then I also bought this border on Amazon, and it's mountains with trees, and it's really pretty, and it goes with the colors in my room, like the blues and the greens. It's teacher created resources, and I feel like those items are not always in stock. Like, I might see it and be like, oh, I'll get it later, and then I check later and it's not available. So I just bought it so I have it. And it actually wasn't supposed to come in for like 1 to 2 months, and it arrived like 1 or 2 weeks later. I don't know. Time's been kind of fuzzy lately with everything going on. So I just have that, and I will add that to my border collection, and I will have that in case I want it. Here is my current library area. I am going to work on that next. I'm going to keep the library in the same spot because it works best there. So let's see if I can make it look a little better. So this is what I have so far. I realized that this area should be vacuumed before I put my rug down. And I don't have a vacuum here, so I will see if maybe someone's in the office and I can borrow the office vacuum. I also tore down all the garbage bags from my shelving units, so it looks less clean now because you can see all the stuff, but progress. It's got to look worse before it gets better, right? So I've got this chair here. My rug will go there. My gamer chair will go in there, as well as my little gray poof that is somewhere over there. Those 3 shelves were just library books, and this was just a sitting spot with a pad on the bottom. This is big news in Tessa Land. My 12 drawer cart fits underneath the lip of the whiteboard, but I was thinking, hold on, honey, since I'm going to get rid of this eaves trough, if I can point to it correctly. Oh my gosh. This eaves trough. I got to get better at that. Remember, I'm just like teaching myself how to vlog. throughout each of my videos, so I am not a pro. I'm going to get rid of it. I, of course, forgot a screwdriver, but that's fine. So once I take that down, this cart will just push in there, and then I'm just going to have it there because this has more bins for my library, so I don't ever have to take things out from this side, even though it's open. I might actually just like put fabric there or something just to kind of wall it off. Less distractions from the small group table. So I'll just have that 12 drawer cart there, and then I put these back how they were. So my curriculum zone is against the wall, and then my black file cabinet just full of binders and binder organization tabs are there. So that will be easy to move in and out, and I won't have anything in the way. So I'm actually really excited because I wasn't sure if that cart would fit under that whiteboard, and it does. And that's just space that I'm not using. So that works out perfectly. So I'm going to find something else to do. In cleaning up this area behind my teacher desk, I found a few things I thought I would share. One thing is these magnetic hooks. So I have 2 sizes. They are so strong, like very strong. So I've got this size and then this size. And it's just a magnet circle on the bottom and these hooks, and they're awesome. They're super strong and I love them. I use them for my string lights in the back of my room, and I had some decor up at the top of both my windows and I used those. It is 3:50 and I just spent a bunch of time cleaning some shelving units and some chairs. One of my chairs I cleaned last time had some sticky mystery goo on it that wouldn't come off, so I got that off this time. So all my student chairs are cleaned off, and I have my 2 big, it's kind of like cube shelf, but they're more like rectangles. So that black one back there, and then I've got what was the same thing, but the black cover on the outside came off. Back here you can kind of see in my library there. I have those 2, and I got those free from a teacher who was changing districts last summer. So that was amazing because I didn't have anything and I needed something. And they're fine. They work perfectly for what they are. They're not the best looking shelving units, but they work. So I had them in their spots. I originally had the black one in the student library area, my classroom library area, and then the whatever, particle board, wood grain one in the back of the room where my math supplies were being held last year. So that's how I had them. And then I thought maybe I'd switch them because I thought one looked better than the other one. So I switched them. And then I realized they both look kind of dinged up, and they're just dirty, and there's marker written on them. And I don't know how they're in such rough shape. I mean, they're old, so a lot of that might have been on there before I got them. I just didn't notice it because I'm like, yes, something. And I just put in my room. So then I switched them to where they are now. So the black one is in the back because that black covering is starting to come off really everywhere. But that's mostly staff who take things out of that storage area. So I think it'll last longer if it's back there than if it's in the library area, because I've got big bins that I hold my classroom library books in, and my library is set up by accelerated reader level. So if you're in level 0 to 0.9, you're going to pull out that bin and look at the books to see which one you want and put it back in. So there's a lot more. That area has students using it constantly. So I put the one that the casing is already off. Maybe someday I'll paint it and make it look nice. Or maybe I'll just peel off that black covering on the other one and then have them match or paint them both or whatever. I don't really feel like doing anything with them, so they're functional. It's fine. And then I have these that I got at Michael's, 2 containers of mini erasers, and I was going to add them to my big organizer here of mini erasers, but I realized I only have one empty spot. And even if I move some spots, like some of the little walls to make it a bigger area, I can't fit those in there. So there's 3 or 4 designs in each of these, so I'd like to keep them separate. I'm a sloth! And my daughter's being a sloth on the trampoline. So anyway, I'm not quite sure what to do with those. I thought that'd be a quick thing I could do, and it's not. And then the only other thing is I have a bunch of books. So I showed in a different video a bunch of books that I got at a thrift store. They were like 50% off. So I got these really nice hardcover books. New books. Some are softcover, some are hardcover. Lots of Dog Man. Star Wars. And the Dog Man. Anyway, for $1 or less each. So those are gonna probably all go in my free book box for my students, because I need that to be updated on with more high interest books for them. And then I was at Once Upon a Child. It's a pretty much a thrift store for children and baby items and clothing, and they have a bunch of books. And they had a sale for normally the books are $1.50 each, and they were on sale for $1 each. And so the sign said 10 for $10, and I don't know what I was thinking. I thought it said 10 for $1, and I went crazy, and I grabbed, I think that's like 15, and I realized it was 10 for 10. I'm like, well, this is still a good deal. So I ended up getting 20 books. But some of those I'm going to put in my library. The ones that fit the AR levels that I need more of. And then some will go in my free book box. And I'll just organize those later. And the books that go in my classroom library, I will need to scan to put them into my classroom library. It's a website that I use, BookSource, just so that I have it cataloged pretty much. And then when students borrow a book from my classroom, just put in their basket, I scan it so that if something goes missing, I'll know who took it. It really hasn't been a problem, so that's good. And then I also have to go on Accelerated Reader's website to get the level and the points. And then if it's not on Accelerated Reader, I gotta put it in my collection that I have at home that just keeps getting bigger, and I don't actually... I started a pile last year on books I wanted to create Accelerated Reader quizzes for, and I didn't do anything with them, and now the piles just get bigger. So, not a huge priority, so that's why I haven't done it, but those books will just go in that pile and we'll see what happens. So I did make some space in that organizer with the mini erasers, and I was able to put like half of this container in there, but I still have the rest plus all of these. And I also have some bigger erasers that I have just had for a while, and actually my mom gave me some more this summer because she was on the lookout for mini erasers, and they were all she could find. And they're like these bigger shaped erasers from Dollar Tree, and they're different vehicles. I need a spot for those as well. So I have a smaller organizer. I mean, hopefully it's bigger than that. I don't know where it is. And if I don't find it, I'll just probably buy another small one from Dollar Tree and use that because I don't want to buy a big nice one like my other one until I need it. So I'll probably just put that on my shopping list to get. And then I think I'll show you around, give you a little tour of what I did. Not much, but you can compare from nothing to how it is now. Like I said, it looks worse now, but progress. And if you notice a band-aid on my arm, it's because I got my blood drawn today. So I noticed there was a box of Disney Princess band-aids. I was like, oh, I want a Tangled one. But she gave me a dinosaur one, which, well, that's fine. He's on a skateboard, so that's cool. But I was really hoping for that Tangled one. So when you come in, I haven't changed this board at all. I do need to make a few updates. I've got that black shelving unit that'll be math supplies. My Parazone will be back here. Some seating and tables that I haven't put where they go. Teacher area is all back there. Sometimes I have students at this little trapezoid table and do assessments with them. So that's why there will be 1 or 2 chairs there permanently. My curriculum zone, that's set. So I'm happy that that's just where it's going to be. That blue 3-drawer system has writing supplies in there. I had just teacher supplies there, and that metal piece, I don't know if that's going to stay there though. Small group zone is still the same. I need to bring a screwdriver to take down that eaves trough back there next time. Library, I was hoping to just do it all, but it needs to be vacuumed, so I'm just gonna wait. And office staff said someone's supposed to come and vacuum all the rooms on Monday, so I won't be here Monday. So when I come in Tuesday, I'll just put the library seating where it goes, put the carpet down, and deal with the book bins then. And then over here, this was my sensory break area last year. I'm thinking of changing it up a bit. We'll see. More stuff that they haven't been homed yet. And then there's this long table here. I don't know if you can tell. There's a bunch of stuff on it. That was right there under that bulletin board last year. That table over by the door to my classroom had student supplies on it, like the pencil sharpener, the cups for Sharpen Me and Use Me, pencils, trays for different types of paper. There was just a 1-drawer storage container for extra prizes from my rewards wall that didn't all fit. Like, I got stickers, like vinyl stickers in there, as well as puzzle erasers and Pokemon cards and Yu-Gi-Oh cards. So those are all in that drawer as well. But then I had, in a different area of my room, a 3-drawer storage piece that had other student supplies like headphones and some crayons. But I have another area of my room where I store all the crayons and like art supplies, and another area where I store the headphones. So I'd like to just have everything together, and I'd like to have all the student supplies together in one spot, but have it accessible to everybody, but also students know to not just grab things if they don't need them. So I'm thinking before I go, I might figure out all the different storage containers that I have full of student supplies, and all the student supplies I'm going to need to have a home for and figure out a plan, because I didn't like coming here without a plan, and I feel like I got some things done, but not as much as I hope to today. It's like 4:40, so I've been here like 3 hours. I'm hoping to go out into the school garden and weed a little bit on the path that I made a few weeks ago before we go. And I'm probably going to do that very quickly because it's warm today. So I got some things done. I'm glad I got here and I did something, because I won't be able to be back until Tuesday. And when it comes to open house, for me, last year I had, I think, maybe 3 students visit. So it's not a big thing. Like, I had bookmarks and I had things to give to students and parents, and they don't come to my room. They go to their grade level classrooms, which is fine. And really, it makes it a little less stressful knowing that I don't have to impress a bunch of families with my classroom by open house time, but I still like to have something so the people who come don't think that I'm just totally unprepared and unprofessional. So we'll see what happens Tuesday afternoon. I'm just going to have a plan and execute it very efficiently that afternoon. But I mean, just having furniture where it goes is really the best thing, the most important thing. Okay, thanks for watching, and I will see you the next time I come in, which will be Tuesday.